Every level of making money, $0 to $100,000. The day you realize $0 is not just a number. You check your account late at night, hoping the number somehow changed while you were not looking, but it is still almost nothing. Not enough to feel safe, not enough to make real choices, not enough to ignore the pressure sitting quietly in your chest. The number on the screen is small, but the weight of it feels massive. Level 0. $0. You have time, but no system. At this level, you may have energy, ambition, and ideas, but nothing is producing money consistently yet. You wake up with time in your hands, but no clear machine turning that time into income. You think about making money online, getting a better job, starting something, learning a skill, selling a service, or finding one opportunity that could finally change your direction. But everything feels urgent because there is no financial backup behind you. When you have zero, every choice carries pressure. You cannot experiment calmly because the bills are not patient. You cannot think long-term easily because short-term survival keeps pulling your attention back. You watch other people move ahead and wonder what they know that you do not. Someone is getting clients, someone is building a business, someone is earning from a skill, someone is posting results that make your own life feel even slower. And that creates a painful kind of confusion. You do not lack potential. You lack a system. You have time, but no structure. You have ambition, but no direction. You have ideas, but no proof that any of them can actually pay you. This is where most people start chasing anything that promises fast money. But the first mistake most people make is trying to make money before they understand what they can actually offer. Level 1. First dollars, you trade effort for proof. This is where the first money appears. Maybe it comes from a small job you almost ignored. Maybe it comes from a freelance task, a quick service, selling something you no longer use, helping someone with a problem, or accepting work that does not look impressive from the outside. The amount is not life-changing. It may not even be enough to cover a full bill, but emotionally, it does something important. It proves that you are not stuck at zero forever. For the first time, you see a direct connection between your effort and someone else's willingness to pay. You solve a problem, deliver something useful, move with speed, build a little trust, and money responds. That first payment may look small in your account, but it carries a message your fear needed to hear. You can create value, you can be useful in the market, you can turn action into income. This is not freedom yet, but it is proof. And proof is powerful because it breaks the belief that money is something only other people know how to make. But this level also has a limit. If every dollar depends on a new burst of effort, you are still starting from zero again and again, because earning your first dollars is only proof. The next level begins when money becomes repeatable, because zero is not just a balance. Zero is the feeling of having no backup plan. It is saying no before anyone even asks. It is avoiding messages, delaying problems, and pretending you are calm while your mind keeps calculating what can wait and what cannot. This is not shame. This is the starting point. Every financial journey begins at the moment you realize money is not just about buying things. It is about breathing space, control, and the power to move without fear. But the first level of making money is not about getting rich. It is about escaping the fear of having nothing. Level 2. Consistent income. You finally stop guessing. At this level, money finally starts coming in with a rhythm you can recognize. Maybe it is a job that pays every month. Maybe it is steady clients, repeat work, a small service, or a simple income stream that no longer feels completely random. You are not rich yet, but you are no longer waking up every morning wondering if anything will come in at all. And that relief matters. For the first time, your mind gets a little quieter. You can plan a few weeks ahead. You can pay certain bills without panic. You can look at the calendar and know that money is coming on a certain date. Consistency gives you something zero never gave you: breathing room. But this level has a hidden trap. Predictable income can start to feel like safety, and safety can slowly turn into a ceiling. You become comfortable with the rhythm. You stop questioning whether your work is growing, whether your skills are improving, or whether one income source is carrying too much weight. The same paycheck that protects you can also keep you still. Because once money becomes consistent, the next question is not how to earn more hours. It is how to make each hour worth more. Level 3. Skill income. You become more valuable. At this level, you stop getting paid only for your time and start getting paid for what you can do. This is where your earning power begins to change. You learn a skill that businesses, clients, or markets actually need. Maybe it is sales, editing, coding, design, marketing, writing, finance, operations, content creation, or any ability that solves a real problem for someone else. At first, the skill feels uncomfortable. You make mistakes. You compare yourself to people who are already better. You wonder if you started too late. But slowly, you begin to notice something important. The better you become, the more money starts respecting your effort. You are no longer just looking for any way to earn. You are becoming someone with value attached to your name. Your work improves, your confidence grows, your results become easier to explain. You start understanding that money does not only follow hard work, it follows useful work. This is the shift from being a worker to becoming an asset. And once you become valuable, opportunities begin to look different. You stop asking only, who will pay me? And start asking, what problem can I solve at a higher level? But skill alone does not make you wealthy. If nobody sees your value, the money still stays out of reach. Level 4, opportunity income. You learn to sell yourself. At this level, you realize making money is not only about being good at something, it is about being visible enough to be noticed, trusted enough to be chosen, and clear enough to make people understand why your value matters. This is uncomfortable at first because you may have believed that good work should speak for itself. But in the real world, quiet talent often gets underpaid. Skilled people get ignored when nobody knows what they can do. Average people sometimes move ahead faster because they know how to communicate, negotiate, and position themselves. That truth can feel unfair, but it can also wake you up. You start learning how to explain your value without sounding desperate. You learn how to ask for better pay, better clients, better rooms, and better opportunities. You begin placing yourself where money is already moving instead of waiting for someone to discover you by accident. Rejection still happens. Some people ignore you, some say no, some make you question yourself. But every rejection starts teaching you something about the market, about people, and about your own confidence. At this level, you stop hiding behind skill alone. You learn that opportunity does not always go to the most talented person. It often goes to the person who can be trusted, remembered, and chosen. And this is where everything changes, because the next level is no longer about earning more. It is about building something bigger than yourself. Level 5. Side hustle to real business. Money starts scaling. At this level, your income stops depending only on your personal effort and begins turning into something larger. What started as a side hustle, a small service, an online offer, a content channel, a product, or a simple idea begins to behave like a small machine. It does not run perfectly yet. It does not always feel stable. But for the first time, money is not coming from one single paycheck or one single boss. It is coming from something you are building. This stage feels exciting, but it also feels dangerous. You still need stability, but you can feel the pull of a bigger life. You work late after your normal responsibilities are finished. You test ideas that fail quietly. You deal with slow weeks, confused customers, rejected offers, and the fear that people will laugh if the thing never works. But slowly the system starts teaching you. You learn that making money at scale is not only about working harder, it is about offers, trust, delivery, attention, systems, and consistency. You stop thinking only like someone trying to earn and start thinking like someone trying to build. That shift changes your identity. You are no longer just chasing income. You are creating an engine that can grow beyond your own hands. But the moment your income starts scaling, a new danger appears. More money can expose weak habits faster than poverty ever could. Level 6, high income, you make more, but pressure grows. At this level, the numbers finally start looking serious. You may be making thousands per month, maybe even tens of thousands. Life looks better from the outside. People respect you more. You have better options, better access, and more room to make decisions that once felt impossible. But high income comes with a pressure most people do not see. The bills get bigger, the expectations get louder, the lifestyle becomes harder to downgrade. People assume you are always fine because the money looks good. And slowly, you can find yourself earning more than ever while still feeling strangely trapped. This is where many people learn a painful truth. More money does not automatically create more control. If your spending rises with your income, the cage only becomes more expensive. If your ego grows with your bank account, every decision becomes a performance. If your time is still fully owned by work, then the income may be high, but the freedom is still missing. You can make a lot and still feel poor in peace. That is the hidden danger of high income. It can make you look successful before you are actually secure. At this level, the question changes. You are no longer asking only how to make more money. You are asking how to keep it, multiply it, protect your time, and stop your lifestyle from eating your future. Because making a lot of money is not the final level. Keeping it, multiplying it, and protecting your time is where the real game begins. Final level, $100,000. You stop chasing money and start designing systems. At this level, money is no longer just something you earn. It becomes something you direct. You are not only working for income anymore. You are using systems, assets, teams, investments, products, and leverage to move beyond survival and beyond simple earning. The game changes from how do I make money today to how do I build something that keeps producing tomorrow. This is where you stop chasing every dollar with your own hands. You start thinking in engines, a business that runs with process, a product that sells beyond your time, a team that carries part of the mission, investments that grow quietly, content, software, services, or assets that can reach people even when you are not physically present. And when you look back, the journey feels almost unreal. You remember the version of yourself who started with nothing, the version who checked the account late at night, the version who chased first dollars, built skills, faced rejection, found opportunities, and slowly learned that money rewards value multiplied by systems. At this level, effort still matters, but effort alone is no longer enough. You need structure, you need patience, you need decisions that compound. So the real question is simple. What level are you living in right now, and what level are you trying to reach next? Because the real question is not whether you can make money. It is whether you will build the kind of system that keeps making it when your effort is no longer enough.